We are live. We are direct with Bobbie Hively, who is a practitioner helping women with brain fog, mood swings, and fatigue. She has been a wellness practitioner with over 30 years of experience, keynote speaker, and she has a heart to serve with brain health, hormone health, and heart health. It brings me amazing pleasure to welcome Bobbie Hively. Speak to
Hi
me,
there,
sister. Welcome.
Jay. Hi there, Jay. It's so nice to be here. Thank you for having me.
It's always good to meet masters of their craft because often, you get some pretenders and things like this, but when you meet a master of their craft, you're happy. Tell me, who do you serve? I mean, clearly it's women, but just describe who you serve
Well, I
and
serve
the
women.
outcome, where they are after they work with you.
Okay, well, I serve women usually from the age of about 30 to 60, people that are having a problem with their gut, their brain, their hormones. So they're having trouble with digestion, they're having trouble with brain fog and fatigue, they're having all kinds of hormonal imbalances, so hot flashes, mood swings, all that goes with that hormonal imbalance, and that can be fatigue too. Um, and after working with me, they start finding balance in those things. They find out that their digestion has been corrected and that now they have energy to get up and do things. And now they think clearly because the fog is gone. And now their hormones are balanced and they don't have these big swings anymore. So that's where we go.
Amazing. Uh, if you let me know, how do you get visible to serve these people? Because we know that it's not the expert that gets
No,
client, it's the
no.
expert that's visible. How are you getting visible? Because this is a major element of sales. So what are you doing to get visible?
I teach through consistency by repeating things, by keeping the message simple, by showing authority through the knowledge that I have, helping through repetition and clarity, and connecting the dots for people, helping them see that, their gut health is huge. And if they're not digesting the way they need to be, then they're not getting the nutrients they need to feed all those parts of the body so that they work appropriately.
Okay, now thanks for sharing that. And in terms of sales, are you doing master classes? Do you like calls? Is it offline, shaking hands, networking? Like, what does that look like?
A little bit of everything, actually. Sales in particular is just helping lead people in the direction that they need help and, connecting the dots for them so that they can see that all these symptoms that seem so random to them actually are very connected and that it's a powerful map showing us data as to where we need to go to help them find out that they can have a solution to the problems that they're having.
You must have maybe a 3-step process that, gets them to succeed. So let me know a little bit about the process that gets people to
Well, the process
get
first is,
visible.
helping them identify what their problems are, so those top issues that they're having, helping them see, that next step, which is usually a gut problem, because I find everybody has a gut problem. If they're having issues of any kind, they usually have a gut problem, so we have to identify what that is, we have to stop that inflammation, we have to help them see that there are certain things that they need to eliminate and certain things they need to put in their diet so that they can have optimal gut health. They can reduce that inflammation. And if their gut is functioning properly, then we move on so we can see whether or not is there anything addition we need to do to the brain? Is there anything else we need to do additionally to help balance those hormones? We got to make sure that gut's working first so that they're getting all those nutrients the body needs to function because that's the fuel that runs the machine.
Thanks for sharing. What's the consequences of your people not hiring you? Like, yeah,
Just
what's the
continued going downhill. I mean, if you're having problems now, the older you get, the more that will magnify. Because if you're having problems now, you're not absorbing nutrients. If you're not absorbing nutrients, it's just compounding problems. You will end up with one problem after another. And just becomes more confusing as to what the source of that is because there's so many different symptoms. And, when you're deficient in nutrients, it affects every part of the body. So if you're not addressing it early, then you just end up with more problems. It's not to say that if you didn't address it early, that we can't address it now. The body is very resilient. If you'll start giving it the tools that it needs, it can recover and heal.
Okay. I'm a great believer in terms of mindset being key to succeed.
Emotions
How
are
yeah,
huge. Yeah, emotions are huge in your health. They play a major role in how you do on your own. If you're not learning how to take time to be quiet, to quiet that noise that's in the brain and in the body, it has a major effect on you. It's also the ability to identify the emotions throughout the day and deal with them as they happen. By the end of the day, if you're not taking an account of the stress that you've been through in that day and those negative emotions and dealing with those emotions by letting them go. I'll tell everybody now that I encourage people to write a throwaway journal. And I say throwaway because this is not something you're going to reread. This is not something you're going to keep. This is your gripe journal. You gripe about all those things and you let them go from the day because you don't want to take them into sleep. When you take them into sleep, they become long term memories. So I've had people say, "Yeah, I do it," and then I burn them afterwards. They rip out the pages and it's like, "That's great." You need to release it. At the very least, rip them up, throw them away. This is not something you keep, but this is a way of letting go, getting out the emotions, thinking of this as that best friend sitting next to you that you want to tell all to, but maybe you won't, but you want to get it all out. You have to let it go.
thanks for sharing. A major part of this show is speaking about leadership. Leadership for me means primarily self-leadership, because if you can't lead yourself, how you're able to lead others. In terms of what you do, tell me what leadership means to you and how you exhibit it.
Well, leadership for me first starts with my nervous system. So I have to be regulated myself. So I have to be taking all the nutrients that I need to be taking so that my nervous system is balanced. It also means regulating my schedule so that I'm not over scheduling because that leaves me in a not good state to be able to help clients. Setting appropriate boundaries, being grounded. So that helps me be very present and clear with clients and create a safe and healthy results for them.
Okay, that makes complete sense. What are you reading in terms of books? Do you read books on your subject matter, read books on business, read books on mindset? Currently, what I'm reading, I think you've seen the book behind me, is this is my goal to 10x is easier than 2x. So it's
Yeah.
really making those goals that are um, big goals, because there's only one or two paths to get to those goals. So how about yourself?
Honestly, I've been doing a lot of online podcasts lately. I have been using AI and learning how to use AI and how that works with what I do. I use something called the AO scanner, which is basically an app on your phone that can scan your body and identify different imbalances within the body. And it'll actually send out signals then to help correct some of those balances. But there are so many tools within that scanner that it becomes a little complicated to put all those dots together. And I've been learning how to use that and input those results into AI and say, okay, I want you to correlate all this. I want you to prioritize the problems. And I'm getting amazing results with that. So, learning more about how to use AI to benefit my clients and how to identify those symptoms that they're having and how they fit together and how we can correct those. And I've just been seeing some amazing results with that.
Okay. Well, what's that called? That's called the air scanner. What did you say?
It's an AO, Apple and Octopus, AO. So
Okay.
it's an
Oh,
AO
okay.
scanner. Okay.
AO scanner.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
and I'm just seeing amazing results combining those things and learning. I had always envisioned that at some point in the future, we'd sit down with a computer where you could just input all of your symptoms and say, "This is every," and all your test results and say, "This is all that's going on with me. Tell me what's wrong with me." And it would be able to spit out, this is, if you put all this together, this is your problem, and I'm kind of seeing that type of result with this.
Okay. Now that makes perfect sense. In 2026 now, Bobby.
I know, I can't believe we're here.
100%.
How'd we get
100%.
here?
How do we get there? Tell me, what's the big goal for this year? What's your big goal?
My big goal is to continue to get my message out about gut health and how much that impacts every aspect of your life, especially your brain function and your hormones. And so many women are dealing with that. And it's possible to be healed. Um, the body is incredibly resilient. And if you give it the right tools, it can heal. And it's talking to you, and you need to learn to listen. Those symptoms are not random. They're a path, they're data, and they tell us what's going on with you and how to fix it.
No, that makes perfect sense. Let me know in terms of what's the big obstacle for you in getting your message out there, because we're all human, right?
Yeah, my big obstacle is tech. That's my big obstacle, and everything is a learning process, and, you eventually get there, but it takes time. So,
Mm,
every time I go to do something, I'm learning something new, and it's like, "Oh, if I just knew how to do this," it wouldn't take me 2 hours, it'd take me 10 minutes.
mm,
So
yeah.
tech is my big obstacle.
No, it makes sense. And I think the great thing about the world that we're in is that we can leverage other people's minds, videos, and all of these sorts of things.
I'm
And
leveraging ChatGPT a lot. It's like, "Okay, here's where I'm at. This is what I'm doing. Why can't I get here?" And it's amazing the help that provides.
yeah, I think, these tools are available for us to forward on our vision and our mission. And I think we can always go deeper, can't we, Bobby?
Yes, absolutely. You can always go deeper.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Let me know, like, what's the biggest struggle of your clients to get results with their gut
Um,
health? And how
Usually
do
it's
you remedy that problem in your program? Like, what do you do to remedy it?
patience on their part is usually the biggest struggle. Most people
Mm,
didn't get here overnight, so they're not going to get well overnight.
mm.
So, everybody wants those fast results. So, just like in weight loss, you want that immediate loss of weight, but it doesn't work that way. You didn't get here overnight, and you're not going to have an immediate correction. But you can start seeing steps and changes along the way that show you that it's working. What we're doing together, the plan and the program, that it does work. You're seeing some benefit, and that's why clients come back to me, and that's why they refer friends and family, because they've seen results. So, it's that you got to be willing to stick with it. You got to be patient. You're not going to have everything correct at one time, but you will see some incremental improvement along the way.
Name me a few results that you're proud of. I mean, obviously, you don't have to mention any names or anything like
Right.
that. What results are you proud of in terms of what you get for your people?
Just one recently was a gentleman actually who came to me. He was complaining all kind of knee pain. He was certain he was going to have to go get a knee replacement done. And I started testing and finding out that it's not your knee at all. It's actually your gallbladder. We started working on his gallbladder and corrected his gallbladder, and his knee pain completely went away.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So you work with men as well, correct?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. So, men have the exact same problem with their health that women do. They have problems with their gut, then they have problems with brain fog and fatigue, and they have problem with their hormones, testosterone usually, but, thyroid hormones. It affects everybody. So, yeah, I work on everybody, but my focus is women 30 to 60 who are having those gut, brain, and hormonal issues.
Also, I'm guessing women are more open to get help, correct? Is what I
Women
found.
women are the ones who essentially run the health aspect of the home. They're the ones that make those decisions that it's time to get help. They're the ones that are pushing the husbands into, "You need to go see the doctor. You need to do this. You need to do that." So, yeah, they're in charge of that aspect of life within the home.
Nah, that makes complete sense. Let them know how they can get in contact with you and who
Well,
you're
they
looking for.
They can book a clarity call with me so we can talk about their issues, their symptoms, and map out what's going on and decide whether or not we're a good fit. And they can do that through info.bobbiehively, BOBBIEHIVELYRN.com/book dash a session. So, anyone who is struggling with those issues, if you're struggling with gut health, if you're struggling with brain fog, fatigue, if you're struggling with your hormones and hormonal balance, give me a call. Let's chat. And if you're not
Thanks.
sure and you're like, I don't know if she can help me or not, give me a call and we'll chat and we'll see whether or not we're a good fit. If we are, then we move forward. If we're not, I will give you my best advice and you can go on.
Bobbie, it's been so good to connect with you.
It's been nice to chat with you, Jay.
Amazing. I love your style, like your hairstyle. There's something
Oh, thank
about it.
you.
Something
Thank
about it that it's just very unique. I really love it.
Thank you.
That's it. She leads, she sells with Bobbie Hively.